The Layla Show.
Why? You've been on the show.
This is my second rodeo, and I hope there'll be a third after this book comes out, and I'll explain that when we start
Yes.
rolling. Because
Yes.
now I'm getting a little worried because minor hiccups. I'll say that. I'll explain.
Explain. We're rolling. I'm just sending it. This is.
Um,
We were talking. I won't put all that in, but we're sending it because I don't do intros anymore. Like, we are who we are.
let's do this shit. The book is done as far as me writing, and actually I have enough to do at least 3 more books. But
Okay.
I just put 40 in this upcoming book. Right now I have someone doing my artwork, which I haven't gotten much feedback on yet, but I hope that's going good.
Like, you have someone doing your cover and stuff?
Yeah. And I have someone doing editing. I like to have 3 sets of eyes on, what I've written, so it's in the third person's hand.
Yeah, you need that.
And she just hit me today, and what did she say? When are you free? Let's talk, because I want to know your direction for this book. And I'm like, my direction? It's already there. I just need you to, edit it, grammar, punctuation, spelling, like.
Yeah, right? Like, that's the content,
that's the
lady.
I need, right now.
Right? So is this one called The Effortless Love? Is this what we're getting right now? Effortless Love?
No, there's no poetry in this one. This is all relationship affirmations.
Woo! All
Yeah,
right.
a lot of people have been, I get a lot of hits on TikTok on my videos, the DMs, a lot of questions and stuff. So I decided to do a whole book on relationship affirmations. So the title is going to be Love Cautiously or Love Carefully.
Carefully. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Love Carefully. Relationship Affirmations by Khary Tolliver.
Yes. Okay. So this is your first book of full love affirmations, right? Yeah.
Yes. First book of just full affirmations.
All right. Well, this is going to be the one for you then, because this is your MO. I was like laughing. I was taking a bath, and I was like, we got the love doctor coming on tonight. And I was like, I know we can't call you that, but I was like, I'm going to start calling.
People have been calling me that. I'm either called the love doctor or the preacher, because relationship affirmations, love poems, and then
I could see it. You got the voice. You could carry a sermon.
I don't think so.
You don't think you could project that? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I'm just going to call you the doctor.
I don't know the Bible like that. I read what I read, so it's like, I couldn't know. Plus, I got some devil in me too. None of us are perfect,
Don't we all? I mean, but the Church of Love. I'd sign up for the Church of Love if that was a thing.
There you go. I would too. But no preaching here. I know where my blessings come. I always tell people I'm no preacher, but I know where my blessings come from, So I'm reading the scripture. I just give my interpretation of it,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what some pastors do anyway. So, but no, I'm no pastor or preacher. It never came to be that. Never came to be that.
I wasn't putting that. I was giving you the love doctor title though, but that's it's okay. If you don't want it, I'll take that title for myself. So
I'll take that title before pastor.
Okay, well, I would give you that title before pastor. I was just kind of fucking with you with that, but that's a bold act. That's a bold thing. Yeah.
Or some of the haters when they make their comments or say dumb shit, or like, so you think you're some kind of love doctor? I'm like, I didn't say that. You said that. You ain't no love doctor. You don't know what you're talking about. And those are the haters, and I just delete it and ignore it.
Ignore it and send them love.
I ignore it. Before I was going back and forth with them, I'm like, why am I trying to explain something to someone who doesn't like my content? So why am I even dignifying?
No, you can't, because it's not even worth your energy. Just send them on with love, and send them on their merry little way. No one's gonna like everything.
I just delete their comment, or like, why are you DMing me then?
Right, what are you looking to gain from your negativity, sir?
Yeah,
a reaction?
Keep it positive, so.
Don't you know this is a love channel, people?
I know, and I tell people that this is a
positive love vibe. Huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a positive platform.
People be tripping.
Yeah, they do. It don't bother me though. I'm like, man, screw y'all, man.
You can't let it bother you.
No.
We can't. Positivity only. So yeah, tell us Tell us about. Now I'm like doing my sermon, like snapping. Hallelujah to the. I'm on today. It's been a long day.
It is hell, man. If I'm squinting too much, I'm sorry, but my light is bright. It's kind of like right in my face, and you can see me, right?
Yeah, I can see you.
Because does it look
like
really
the
bright?
gothic
And I got on this white
bro.
shirt too. Damn.
Yeah. We're like you like literally are the preacher, and I'm like the demoness, dark goddess, and literally the most blackest black of black.
But that's my favorite color. I do have a lot of dark colors, but I try to like mix it up every now and then. But yeah, black is my favorite color, man. There's a lot of black jeans, shirts.
It's Halloween, okay? Dark goddess energy raining through.
Yeah. Yes.
We like the white. No, it's good. Yeah. So yeah, tell us about what's all you did. Affirmations. You know, what's going on with those? We got 40 coming out, right? 40.
Yes, and the new book. I have videos still on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and IG. But in this book, it's going to be a group of 40, just giving my opinion and thoughts on different aspects of relationships, before, during, and after, and marriages. Because again, some people think, your relationship is a marriage too. I mean, your marriage is a relationship too. It's still a relationship.
Right. I mean, for sure. Like, yeah, I feel like that does. People forget. They're like, oh, I got married. That's it. Like, don't have to nurture this person anymore.
Exactly.
I was out the other night, and I was there was this married couple sitting there, and I don't know, I was being funny or something. I don't even think I was being funny. I was just like, I was laughing at something cute on my phone, and like the guy was like, oh, do you have a joke? And I was like, no, but then like somehow I didn't mean it. I meant it with love, but it was a bunch of women at the bar, and then this one couple, and I somehow just desecrated the entire sentiment of marriage, like, as just this unholy construct of just something that people abuse. And like the wife was just chuckling, and he was like, I was just trying to get in on the joke, and then we were all kind of laughing at me because I was correct, but like I didn't, and I wasn't like trying to attack him. I was just like, and marriage, you want a joke? Here's one, fucking marriage, end joke.
Yeah, but hopefully people can gain something from this book, because some people do gain something from the videos. Like I said, I'm just going with some of those affirmations in the book, because I noticed I do help some people. Some of the questions that I get DM'd sometimes. Again, this stuff is common sense to me. I do not know it all. And the foreword in my book, I let people know I don't have a PhD. I'm no specialist.
Right. You're just saying
I don't counsel nobody, but I don't mind you asking me simple stuff and I answer. I just give it my opinion. You may like it and you may not. You can use it and you don't have to use it. But sometimes when I give my opinion on certain things in relationships or marriages, they may not like it, or like the one person, few months later, she had hit me up. You were right. Basically, her dude was cheating, I think. Certain things people do when they cheat, they change it.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said just the absolute no-nos.
Yeah, like, wake up, like something is going on. I always tell people, if you have a gut, always trust your gut feeling.
Right.
If you think something is wrong, something is wrong. Sorry, but yeah, something is wrong.
Yeah, we needed you yesterday. I was driving Uber and I pulled up to this lady and she was very intoxicated and whatever.
Oh, wow.
She wanted to ride to the liquor store, and her man gets in opens my door, and he's like, I will call the cops on you if you bring her anywhere. She's not going anywhere, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, she's not driving her car. It's not illegal. She paid me to do this. I get her in the car, and she's like, well, I just caught him cheating on me 7 years. And I was like, girl, we're sending it to the liquor store then. I was like, amen, hallelujah. You go get fucked up and fucking deal with this however you want. We were like, yeah. And then we get home. The man had popped all 4 of her tires on her truck while we had gone. And, I'm just in the middle, I'm just trying to make some money so I can go out this weekend. I genuinely don't need it. So, but, I'm standing there, and I'm making sure she gets in the house. He is watching, she is very drunk, but, you know what? That's not my business. And he's out there with the video camera, and she's fallen in a bush. He's not helping her up, and he's just recording her with her slashed-ass tires. What?
He's videotaping her or you?
her, but like she's asking me not to leave till she gets in the house, so I'm watching this whole thing and I'm like, good golly. And then like he was like, wait, I need to talk to me. I was like, nope, I'm peacing out. She got in the house. This is not my problem. This is not Jerry Springer today. Like, I'm good.
Wow. That's something. That is something.
Cheating.
They need to get my book.
It's a problem. But I was worried. I was like, this is going to be a domestic violence case later. Like, the cops are definitely, I mean, it's not my problem, but, like, the cops are definitely going back here. This man's slashing tires. Like, this is not a recipe for a good time.
And you will be a witness. She'll be like, can you be my witness?
I would have been. Like, I told her, I was like, this is why I'm standing here, because I really, like, honestly, your drama don't need in my life, but also, like, I'm a little bit worried about you, girl, right now. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, that shit sounds crazy.
It was the time. But yeah, cheating anyway, so.
Yes. Don't cheat. I talk about that too. Like, the people put up with that because they don't know their worth. And I in this book I also talk about people knowing their worth, knowing your value, because if you don't know that, the person you're with will walk right all over you.
Right. And not just the person, like, everybody in your life, your friends, your intimate relationships, your friendships, your coworkers, every single person. I feel like valuing yourself is something that's the most single-handedly most important thing in the entire planet, I think. But
value yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't know your value, they will walk right over you because they don't care about your value. So,
but you don't either at that point, because if you don't know your value, you also aren't putting yourself in a position where you are gonna be susceptible to anything good. Because until you know that you deserve good, you're not gonna. You only call in what you think you are. So if you literally think you're like a piece of trash, you're gonna just keep attracting trash.
Yep.
Stop attracting trash.
And I see that in people. And like I said, that's why I get some of my ideas from I just pick up on things, man. Because one, I've been through some of this stuff. Two, you know people who've been through some of this bullshit. So I'm like, wow. And like I said, some of the people that dig my videos, some of them get something from it, and I love that, man. I really do.
I love that too, because I feel like like there's so many, like, when I talk about, like, sometimes when I talk about these things, it comes from such an esoteric, like, perspective. I deal with a lot of, like, spiritual healers and stuff, which is cool, but, like, not everyone's gonna relate to that unless you're on that path. So, like, I love yours, because it is, like, there is spiritual aspects and stuff, but it is, what you're writing is very, like, straightforward and relatable to people who don't, like, know these things, like, the people who genuinely don't know to value themselves. These are, like, speaking to the I don't want to call them common folk, but they are. They're more, yours are, like, you're coming from a place that's just so relatable. It's not, like, in this decoded, like, but, like, let your divine goddess feminine rise above, like, the, you know what I mean? Like, because I can spit you some shit, but it's like, you come off in such a simple way that is so relatable to the people who really need, like, you're going to connect with the people who need to connect with you, obviously, like we all do. We all have our modalities of teaching, but I do feel like what you're doing is very relatable, and that's really good, because we can't all be on some, like, spiritual high horse, because we're not tapping into the other part of the collective, which is the ones that are not healing and need us the most, because we need them in our collective to stop fucking ruining the world. So
yes. I see a lot of dumb shit. I know there's a lot of people that are in some fucked up situations. I'm like, come on, wake up. But again, some people, it goes back to you not knowing your value. If you think you're worthless, or if you feel that this woman or that dude is what you deserve, then stay in that relationship until you're done and you're tired. Because I've been a fool before, a long time ago, but I've been a fool before.
Right.
People would tell me things, I would know things, I would see things, but I stayed until I got tired. I'm like, so if that's me, I'm human, they're human, so you tell them once, and then after that you let it go, because if you keep telling them, they're going to stay, because I did that. I stayed until I got tired. I'm like, you know what? Okay.
I mean, for sure. I feel like we've all been victim of that in one way or another, and the reasons we give ourselves are plentiful, and we can say, oh, but it's financially convenient, or oh, we share this, or oh, we share, but, like, the end of the day, it is just you not feeling like you have the power to change it, or that you deserve to change it on some level, and that is fundamentally just psychologically damaged and sad, and we need to work on that because like nobody wants to see a bunch of broken people running around. I sure as shit don't, and we need to as a human collective, we are responsible for breaking the cycle collectively. So
I talk about that too. I talk about breaking the cycle. I don't know if that's going to be in this book or another one, but I have an affirmation about that, breaking the cycle. Like, because some people, some guys and some women are always in that relationship with the dog or the abuser, the user. Like, break that cycle. Get someone totally different. But sometimes when they do get someone, that nice girl, they don't know how to act. You know,
right.
they don't know how to take those compliments or vice versa. That, you know, that guy get that good girl or that girl gets that good guy, and they don't know how to take that sweetness. And so they will find something wrong with this person, and then let me go find me another girl because this one, this and this is wrong with her. And then they go back to something that they're used to. Or vice versa.
Exactly.
That girl will go back and get that guy that's abusive, using her for money and or whatever, you know? So it's like, break that cycle.
Yeah, it's the cycle, because you will repeat the cycle in every single person until you're consciously aware of what you're doing. And I mean, I've done that. Like, we were talking, like, I mean, I'm out of the cycle, hallelujah, for myself finally, but it took me so many years, and I was, like, laughing with my friend last weekend, and I was like, she was like, your exes are just, like, a progression of, like, each one is a little less awful than the last one, but they are literally all, like, the same person. It's just that everyone is just a little less trash than the one before, and I'm like, it's accurate. It's so accurate. I did that for years. Like, I did that for years. I would go after the man who was emotionally unavailable, the one who would, like, give me a rush of adrenaline and, like, all these endorphins from the absolute, like, psychological fucking rat. Like, they were all exciting relationships. I'm not going to say, like, I wasn't, like, energetically stimulated on some level of, like, mental but it was coming from, like, mental psychosis, and I never actually was, like, nourished in any of these connections. I was always the nourisher. I was never getting nourished, and I literally repeated that through I've still not had a relationship that isn't that, because now I'm just single, and now I know what I deserve so much that I, like, literally won't settle for anything, not even close to that, but, like, beyond, I'm, like, beyond to not settling. I am, like, beyond the beyond of, like, I know exactly what I need, what energy I want, like, what I deserve to be reciprocated, and how I deserve to be treated, like, 100%. So, single forever until that happens.
Yes, that's where I'm at, too. But what sucks is, some people come to you, I talk about this, this is going to be a good book, but some people have a mask on. Sometimes they talk that bullshit. They say what you think you want to hear, you know, they come this way, roses, flowers, candies, or whatever their thing is, they'll do that until they get you or get what they want. And then they turn into that asshole or that crazy bitch or whatever it is, you know, so.
You have to be able to see beyond the mask, though, truly, because I mean,
that mask falls off.
You gotta, like, I tell all my people, I'm like, you know, my girl just started seeing someone, and I was like, you know what? Don't fucking waste the time. Rip that Band-Aid off. Ask all the hard questions, like, immediately, because you don't want to be spitting out, like, 2 months later, like, why the fuck didn't I do that? Like, literally get it done fast. We know the moves they pull. It's like, you know the move, like, if you've been in a relationship like that, you know the moves they pull, you know the nice. So you can, you know how to get underneath that, like, instantaneously and be like, okay, so this. And then you can find that out, because, like, we don't have time to waste on that shit. Like, I don't care how sunshine and rainbows your exterior is. Show me your heart, your bleeding heart and soul. Like, in the first 10 minutes, please. I literally have nothing else I don't even have more than 10 minutes to get.
I don't know if it's going to happen within 10 minutes. But it should happen quick. Like, get to know their soul. And that does take time, but it shouldn't take too much time. Like, get to know someone's soul, and they have to be consistent in all this sweet shit they're doing. Have them be consistent. And I tell people, just because, you know, I always tell women, do background checks. If you can pull a police report, do that. But you know what? Men should do that too, because there are bingos that are criminals too.
No,
so
for
we
sure.
have to do our due diligence. Like, if you're not in the same town, if you're not dating someone that's from your area, you don't have mutual friends that you can talk to that will tell you things, that sucks. But go online, do background checks. And if
Google is lit, you know, you can find a lot of shit out on Google nowadays, kids. Don't be dumb. But
you can pull up someone's record. They got domestic abuse, prison. You can find this shit, so know who you dealing with.
Right. But,
Those are
some people are clean and still have master manipulative tendencies. So it's like, do your research, do your but then also do like your like interrogation. Don't like fall down the rabbit hole without like checking the depths of someone's soul. Like,
yeah, do your due diligence.
And also, like, go show you're crazy real quick. Like, go show your darkness. Like, that's the best test. I feel like, I mean, like, I'm not a dark person, but like, I have, we all have a darker side to us, and we all have like emotions that come out, and like, show that to someone right off rip and see how they react. Because, like, honestly, if you can't take like my moodiness, my desire to be alone a lot of the times, like my complete independence that kind of masks itself as hyper independence and like over fucking psychosis from my own trauma, which like I'm working on. But like if you can't handle that, and like I don't know what to tell you. But
you have to connect. I said anyone can get along. Like we can get along, we can go out. Oh my God, I'm having a good time with her. She's fun to be with. But can you connect? Because when when you move on, like when it's 2 or 3 months, and you're not connected, you can have a good time together, but you can't connect.
Right.
What I mean by that is it just depends on, some people will figure that out if you can connect or not. You're having a good time,
you have
sex is good, going out is good, but there's some people just can't connect. And, it's whatever that is for those 2 individuals. Sometimes some people just don't connect.
Right. I get real psychological right away, and I'm like, if you can't have, like, no, because, like, sex is easy, let's be clear. I could literally walk outside 5 feet and, like, fuck anything that I wanted to because I'm a woman and it's easy. But, like, so that's not fun. I have no thrill. Like, I do not get my kicks out of that in any universe. It's just not entertaining for me. So, like, literally, as soon as I meet someone, I'll start in on, like, some deep shit. And, like, if you look at me like I have 10 heads, I'm like, you're not my people. Get the fuck out of here. And they'll be like, but I just want to fuck. And I'll be like, that's great. I really don't need to fuck. I want to have a conversation. Bye.
Yeah. It sucks, man. And I also talk about courting in DMs when I'm talking to people, even, outside when I'm talking to people. When I mention courting, God, how old are you? I don't think that's...
Right, people think that's like a Renaissance thing. Like, what do you...
I'm like, wow, because you know that actress, is it the twins, Tia and Tamara Mowry?
Yeah, from that show back in the day.
Yeah, they were on, and I seen a video, a podcast with one of them. She was talking to somebody, and she said, I'm single now, I'm divorced, I want to date, I want to court. And she says, men don't court women anymore. And I wish I was able to call in something like that. No. All across the board, men and women.
But women don't expect it, and women don't put it out there that they should be courted also. Women are not out here setting high expectations. Women are literally just giving, like, not setting any standards or values for themselves as a whole either. They're not demanding to be courted. They're just like, okay. Because women are so, like, the wounded feminine archetype right now is so wounded. Like, a powerful woman in her power knows her worth, but a wounded archetype of a woman just literally wants attention and to be loved, and they don't even care where it's coming from. They just want that feeling of being held and nourished, even if it's low vibe, like because that part of them that they don't love themselves is so wounded that they're gonna take anything in. So that's also just like, and the masculine is so just like destructed by this modern day culture. Like, if you haven't healed those wounded parts of yourself, like, you're not going to give a shit to court a woman. Why put your time in when you don't have to, when she doesn't even care about herself anyway? She's just an easy smash and grab, maybe. Like, and that goes back to the core values of knowing your worth, because like our society is so fundamentally wounded that, like, yeah, I mean, courting should be a thing, but it's like, because people just don't value not only themselves, they don't even value this, like, relationships anymore. Like, it's like...
Exactly. I see that a lot and been through it too. But yeah, they don't value a relationship and don't value courting. This is the time where we get to know each other better to see if we can be in a relationship. Because that's when there's no liking there, but there's no love yet. So at the end of your, I don't know, like, say while you're courting, that's up to you. It could be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months before you confirm, like, you know what, let's take this to the next step. Let's be in this relationship. Let's do this. But while you're courting, there shouldn't be any love. So when you know what? I don't think this is going to work. We can be friends or whatever. Let's just go our separate ways or whatever. There shouldn't be no hard feelings, no craziness, because we're just courting. Well, this is what what you're doing, I'm trying to get to know you. And there's certain things about you that I don't like, that bother me, or your values, have different values, whatever that is. You determine that stuff while you're courting. So go out and have a good time, but while you're courting, get along and connect. Because again, people think we get along. Again, he's buying me this, or she's buying me. She can do this. She can cook. Sex is good. Okay, but are you connecting? Now, all that's good, but are you connecting? Because sometimes that shit will wear off. And again, they can have their mask on.
That's just easy. I mean, it's easy to have fun and I mean, I would I would like to, I mean, I want to show up and be my vulnerable, authentic self. And if I don't feel safe to do that, I'm not going to, but I'm not going to put on any mask, but more, and that too. But it's court, because it's easy to have, I can go out and have fun with almost anyone and find, if I don't have to, yes, I'm talking, everything has to be deep and philosophical. Sometimes I just want to have fun, right? And it's and you can find so many levels of, you don't have to be aligned with someone just to have a good time. You can find one common denominator, one energy that works, and then, but supporting, it is so important to, if your core values are similar, if the fundamentals of the kind of life you want is similar. I could fall desperately in love tomorrow with a guy who wants to settle down and have a family and never travel, and I would instantaneously have to be I can't love you because that's not what I want in my life. So it's you have to know those things. You need to know, core values is so important. I think having the family thing, that's such a good important one. I always, if I am interested in anyone at all, I'm do you want children? Because if it's a yes, I'm instantly out. I can't even fall for you. It's a no, because we both want different things. And even if we loved each other, if I was not feeding that need and you were pressuring me, it wouldn't work out in the long run. And we just end up breaking each other's hearts. And I hear that all the time. One of my friends just got out of it wasn't a good relationship anyway, but one of the fundamental values is she wanted children really bad. And he had already had kids. And she was trying to make it work, and it's how is this going to work when you're ready to have kids and he doesn't want any? I said, even if everything else wasn't toxic and everything else was perfect, that fundamental is going to cause a strain in your relationship no matter what you do forever. You have to have the fundamentals of where you want to go in life somewhat aligned with each other.
Yes. But if one person, I've heard that before too. One wants kids and one doesn't. Well, okay, I don't want kids. And then they get together and one changes their mind. They agree to not have kids. And then one changes their mind. I want kids now. And then he or she's well, we agreed not to. We both agreed that we did want kids. Now this fucks everything up, because you want kids and I don't. So now what are we doing?
Right. And changing your mind is also valid. Things do change, but I mean, at least at that point, they started it on the establishment that they're on the same page. But we also have to understand that relationships are not forever. There is no, nothing is forever. Our bodies are not forever. There's nothing forever in this world. So, also, we do have to understand that some people, you can have the most healthiest relationship in your life and it won't last forever because of, sometimes things shift and sometimes things change. And
I hope to have something that lasts forever, and I know of personally at least two relationships that one has moved on, one has passed away, whatever, and the other, didn't want to move on anymore. This is it, that woman was everything, I'm done. And I know a female, and she's close to my age. She lost her husband a few years ago, not even, maybe 10 years ago, because we met on a movie set or something like that. But anyway, He was married. We became friends on Facebook, and I seen her post about the dude died, and we had a small conversation later on, and that was her everything. She doesn't want to move on. There's never going to be another, whatever his name was, there's never going to be another him. Right. And she's committed. She has her daughter, and his family's there for her. I think it was a beautiful situation, man. I'm wow, that's love. That's that type of love that I want.
For sure.
I don't even want them. When she's dead, I'm done. No one's ever going to be able to put those shoes on. I think that's beautiful. Some people look at it.
I think that's beautiful.
He's crazy or she's crazy, but for some people, that's their heart.
Well, and I think that's really valid, and I do think there's beauty to that, but I also feel if I was in that situation, I feel I would want to maintain some sort of hope and optimism and openness.
To each his own. Yeah, to each his own. Yeah, for sure.
But, I mean, I do understand that that's a thing, and I mean, the love of your life is the love of your life, you know what I mean? Yeah. But And I do get that. I guess maybe I'm always like I'm always going to come from a different perspective because I change more like rapidly than any human. Like I don't like what I liked yesterday. So like I'm a terrible fucking example. Like it changes, but that's part of my soul mission. Like I am supposed to be a very transformative evolutionary person, like almost to a fault. Like it's almost too much. So it's like, I understand that like, and you know, everyone who's read me is like, you'll probably, like, once you break your toxic fucking bullshit, Layla, you're gonna find real love, but you'll probably even so, I think I see, like, 4, like, true loves of your life after that. Like, it's just, but it's just my path, you know, not everybody has that, and I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I'm here for the journey. I don't really care what happens as long as it's good. Like, I'm surrendered wholeheartedly. I'm like, I don't ask questions. I don't have the answers. Like, whatever. But, you know, there is some people who really have, like, that one person, and that's beautiful, and that's admirable, and, like, cool. Don't have another. Respect that kind of love, because if you find love that deep, that's something beautiful, and I hope we all have that, because I know, like, I can't wait to actually fall in love with someone who reciprocates my feelings and treats me right. I think it's going to be the most beautiful and wonderful thing in the world, and I'm thrilled for when that happens. I'm not looking for it because right now I just have to make sure I maintain my energy and be like the best version of me, so I don't like I'm not shit when that person shows up. But I'm so excited. Like I can't wait for that. I've been dreaming all my life of like having a partner like that. I mean, I've gotten jaded and stopped believing in it at certain points in the journey, but I believe in it. I'm just not looking, and when it happens, great. But I think there's nothing better than being able to connect with someone on that deep level and share that level of like soul intimacy with someone who you really trust and love and like is your best friend. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yes, I totally agree with that, but it's just hard, you know, because again, you don't know who's wearing that mask. But my thing is, let's court and see how consistent they are. You know, I have learned something from previous relationships. 2, 3, but I only count 2. 1, I can't even call that a relationship. But anyway, I'll go ahead and add it in. The 3 relationships that I've been in, I did learn something from one of them, just to be careful and to make sure they're consistent. Again, people come to you, you think you're connecting, but you're really not because they're full of shit. They're saying, oh, me too, me too, me too. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of the game. I want something long term. I want something that's, and you're like talking the same language, and then it's like, wait a minute. That was bullshit you were saying earlier because you a totally different person now. You
right.
know? So yeah, you gotta, in the beginning while you're courting, and I made the mistake of, cause I'm old fashioned, man. Again, I believe in courting.
Well, go ahead.
I got my courting cut short. I want to say definitely one time because I was trying to do that, and then I felt kind of rushed, and so I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then, there was another time it was kind of cut short too. I kind of rushed because I really was into this person. I really thought that, this is it. Where I like what she's saying and things that's going on. I like everything, and I should have like courted. Like, no, let's slow down. Let's continue to go out, court, get to know each other better. But definitely in the next go around, I will definitely do that. I'm not.
Yeah, it's very important because
everything is lined up. No.
Right, because I feel like, well, especially when you hit that like feeling, that feeling is like an all-time high. Like you're kind of you're basically on drugs. Like you're essentially just love struck with like, and that's why people mistake like love for like the lust, or like the, not lust isn't the correct word, there's a word for this, but you know, like the initial attraction, that initial spark, that initial excitement, which gives all your fucking feels going, all your receptors in your brain are like ping, 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 ping. Yep. You're smitten, you're like riding on an exalted high. And you really have to mind that when you're in that space, because it's really easy to get caught up in your own fantasy of your head of what could be, and like see the good, but also not see the whole picture because you're so caught up in like this phantasmal illusion of like this grandeur of what could be, that sometimes you forget to like actually check in and do the courting and do the work and actually like get to know the person on that level, because you're just so smitten and you're just so excited because all your dopamine and all your fucking serotonin is like, woo! It's like literally like you're doing coke or something like all the time. Like you're just on that high, you're riding that good feeling, and then like, you know, and you forget to check in with yourself and be like, oh shit, like where are my values? What are these people's values? Like, am I losing myself in this enamorment? Enamorment, that's a good word for it.
or I call it the bells and whistles. Some people go after those bells and whistles. She has the big house, or he has a big house, the car, he has the money, he has his title, he's a senator. Some people go after the bells and whistles, and those people are assholes. Sometimes rich people are assholes. And some people, but some women look at all those things, and some guys look at all those things too. You know, like they want to shack up. Oh, she's got it going on. Let me, I'm living with my mom, so I'm gonna go shack up with her. Or that girl,
like,
she lives with her sister. Oh, he has all this. Girl, I'm moving in with him, and he's rich, and again, they look at all the bells and whistles, and they give it this dude. Then he turns out to be an asshole, or the chick turns out to be a crazy bitch. So.
Well, yeah, and that's
Look
why.
at your bells and whistles. Leave those cars not alone. Again, it's just so what kind of soul do they have? I know so many. I call them beautiful, ugly people because there are some women that could be look like supermodels, but they can have a rotten soul. And if you're rotten on the inside, that comes out. Just like that guy who he looks like Shamar Moore, Denzel Washington, Brad Pitt, or whoever, but check out his soul. His soul is rotten on the inside. So I know people who are beautiful, but I know their soul, and I'm like, that ain't attractive.
That's not real beauty. It's like all the glitter is not fucking gold.
Yeah, they're like, Khary, what are you looking at? She's beautiful. I know, but she has a rotten soul.
She sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, they think something's wrong with my eyes. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my eyes.
No,
We're just seeing
you're seeing within. You're seeing beyond the mask. So like one of my exes in France, he would always ask me, Layla, what is your type? And and he thought I was a fucking liar. And I was like, I don't have a type. I'm attracted to your energy. You can be fucking 6 foot tall, 5 foot tall, like I don't give a shit what you look like. It's about how you make me feel and how you resonate with the feelings inside of me and what we connect on. And he's like, I don't understand. And I was like, well, this is why we should not be dating, because you don't understand the fundamentals of what is attractive, which is literally the constructs of your soul, the quality of your intentions. Are you a good person? How do you give back to humanity? How do you show up for yourself? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you being good are you a positive force in the collective or a literal shit bag? Like, I don't give a shit if you have 100 cars, cause I'll get myself 100 cars when I shift my energy. Like, trust me, I don't need your fucking money. If we make it and we hit it big together, good. But like, I'm gonna do that on my own, with or without another fucking person. So, where's the soul at?
Be happy first before you go jump into something.
Right.
Some people, I want someone who's gonna make me happy. And as I've gotten older, I learned that you have to be happy first, and then you add to someone else's happiness. Mm-hmm. You can't just, I need someone to make me, he's not making me happy. Well, why does he have to make you happy? You should be happy, and he should add to your happiness. And you'd be happy together. And some people depend on others to make them happy. Like, no, you have to be happy too. Now, you don't want no one bringing negative energy to you, so they need to bring positive. If you're positive, they need to bring some positive energy to you as well, and be happy. There's days that you're not so happy. Yes, it's their job to want to make you happy, but you can't be lonely and like, I want someone to make me happy. No.
I just want someone to fill this void of feeling alone, because you're just going to attract a fucking succubus, and you're going to be a succubus on their life, too. It's like, it's just like, because you're going to be a damper on that person as well. You're going to just fucking need them in a way that is unhealthy to need another entity. Like, but I get it. Like, most relationships are built on some sick need, because like, but then there's the other side too. Like, I had to really fucking get myself off the opposite side of the spectrum, because I went like into my hyper independence so hard that like I like stopped being soft, and I was like closed off my heart, because I was like, okay, well, I really don't need anyone, and now I just don't have to be like, I don't have to be open to this. But I lost a lot of my feminine softness because of my unopenness and like my complete opposition to the fact, like, I don't need anyone so hard. Like, I'm going to take on all these masculine characteristics and like lose like the part of myself that actually creates what I need to create. And so there's both. You can go totally the other spectrum, which most people do, and you can also go to the opposite spectrum of like hyper independence, which is also toxic protection in its own way. So I've had to find the balance between that, because when I was younger, I was definitely in codependent relationships. I didn't know what I was doing until I knew what I was doing. But then when I fixed that, I was like, opposite. Fuck.
We live and learn. We don't come into this shit knowing everything. We live and we learn. Because I've learned quite a bit and still learn. I'm learning from my own mistakes that happened to me, and I'm learning from other people's mistakes.
I mean, we'll never stop learning, honestly. That's when we die. We die.
Yeah.
That's when we're dead, Sir Khary. The day I die, I will stop learning. But then they'll probably learn me something else. Like, I don't know. Then I'll probably get learned another thing.
Yeah, we're never gonna know everything. We're never gonna learn everything. But yeah, we live and we learn. And I also learned that some people make excuses. They may find someone who does make them happy and that they connect with, and then well, he's not this or she's not this. Like I noticed in my lifetime that people, of course, we're gonna always have this, but racism. My family's not gonna accept him. Or my family's not gonna accept her. So color, religion, different cultures. I think that's bullshit. I think all that does is separate us. It doesn't matter what they look like, religion, what color, whatever. But if they make you happy and you're comfortable with them, wow, like
that's all that should matter. And I know that some families are super, like, thank God my family doesn't give a shit what I do on that aspect. As long as I'm happy, like, literally, if I ever meet someone, my mom's first question is like, are you gonna make sure, like, they treat you good this time? Like, how do they treat you? Which is how it should be. It shouldn't be about anything other than that. Like, your family, it doesn't matter what religious background, what ethnic background you are, your family should be fucking exalted for you if you have someone in your life who makes you feel the way you deserve to feel. And anyone who is against that is just wrong.
I talk about that. I have affirmation about that too. Like, your family should be happy that you're happy. Because
that's what they're supposed to be. Your family's supposed to, like, ride or die and care about you and just want to see you thriving in the best aspect in relationships, career, everything. Like, that's what they're there for. And if they're not that, then you're in a toxic family and you have some more issues that
you got to go there, step away from your family or your best friends. They should be happy for you and promoting it shouldn't be, oh, what color is he? What's his religion? Is he Catholic? Is he Christian like us? Is he Baptist like us? Is he Muslim like us? That shouldn't matter. You're happy.
It shouldn't matter.
Christian, Baptist, Catholic, Muslim, whatever, as long as you two are happy, because God is God. God is the creator. We may all call him different things, but the creator is the creator. We're praying to the same person. So
literally, he created every last one of us. So inequality. I mean, and it is a huge problem because, I mean, like, this wasn't even a serious, like, I wasn't even serious about this person, but I was, you know, there was some, like, Italian Catholics I was, like, you know, spending time with, and they were like, well, if we ever did decide to, like, be together, we would have to do this, you would have to convert, you would have to get married in this church, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
See, those are the things talk about while you're courting. Okay, I noticed I'm Pentecostal and you're Catholic or whatever your religion is, you know, like, you know, I'm never going to convert to your religion, whatever. Or some of us are non-denomination because me, myself, I think I was baptized as a Baptist, but growing up, I learned some things about religion. I'm like, okay, this separates us. And I'm not shitting on no one's religion, but I'm just saying there's some shit in some of these religions. Sorry, but it is. I mean, some of these pastors, what they do is like, you know what? I'm going to keep my relationship with God. And I'm non-denominational, you know.
I mean, I'm not keep your relationship with Source, Spirit, the universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it the universe, but God, universe, same shit. Like, keep your relationship with your higher source. But I mean, like, I'm a fucking spiritual wizard. I house no religious affiliation, and I deem myself a goddess. So, I mean,
hell yeah, but I don't.
You don't like that? Fuck off.
I respect everyone's religion, but my thing is, like, respect me being a spiritual person. That's all. Don't look at me like I'm crazy, because I can look at you like you're crazy. I can say your pastor.
Honestly, I'm looking at you like you're a little baddie. If we really want to get into it, like.
You go to a church that your pastor is doing wrong things, you know, to little children, or cheating on his wife, or whatever it is, because there's a lot of pastors who are out here not living right, you know, or using the word in the wrong way. You know, they're getting money by using the word. Because again, I've had this conversation with many people too. Why does the pastor need a Bentley, the private jet? Why do you need more than one private jet? You're a pastor.
Because
why do you need a
Bentley? Fucking maniac, like all good leaders.
These mega churches should have an area in them for homeless people.
Right, and it's
Mega
like,
churches are
and
big.
the most fucked up thing about all that is like churches are supposed to be the givers, and they don't give, they just take, turning
Some
away the
don't.
homeless. Like the
Some,
homeless
some don't.
are fucking up my home city. Like get the fuck, take them off the streets of San Francisco while they're shooting up and dying, and put them in your classy ass church. But they never will. You never will. And then more than that, like I mean, more than like the dirty greed and the hypocrisy and the money climbing, which is like leaders in general in any aspect, but like also like the constructs of religion it was always good, it was always pure constructually until people took it over. But like even the punishment aspect, like if you do this you won't be forgiven, but God forgives everyone, but fuck you, because if you do this you're gonna go to hell and you will be punished. Like this punishment, this fear mongering, this punishment to not let people thrive and be who they are is just, it's all sick. So that's why I don't buy into it. I'm not about the hype. I'm not about it. A lot of people, I mean, less and less people are nowadays though, honestly. Even like people, I mean, I was raised, my mom's like literally doesn't even believe in anything. Like she doesn't even believe in like the higher power of the universe, which I think is fucking batty, because I've always, you know, I thought religious studies in school was interesting. I always connected more with like the Buddhist and stuff, but not wholeheartedly, but like I've always been a very spiritual person and like always had that. But you know, like, but even so, I grew up literally like with a ghosts aren't real, entities aren't real, universe isn't real, God isn't real, we're all gonna die and turn into stardust and that's it. Like, but even people who did grow up with religious backgrounds are finding more connection to spirituality in the modern age, and I think it's just part of the planet in general, waking up and shifting to a higher consciousness. But you do find that a lot, like, you know, so many people, like, there's more Catholics than anything I've ever found in my life. Like, 99% of the people I talk to are like, I was raised Catholic in a Catholic school. I'm like, what? You're out here, like, slinging tarot cards and shit like that now, and it's like, but like, it's shocking how many people are really raised like that, because I was just not, so I was ignorant to it, I guess.
But nope, I was raised in a household, my mom under her roof. If you live under this roof, you go to church. I grew up like that, you know, until I got older, but yeah, it was like that, so.
That's crazy, yeah, that's like, I can't imagine. But then, like, you know, on the other side, my dad's Iranian, and he was Baha'i and not, like, Muslim, and they were killing his family for not succumbing to the Muslim regime, so it's like,
wow.
Yeah, so it's like, I also have that side of it, too. It's like, okay, well, I've seen my family literally, like, my dad had to escape a country so he didn't get murdered.
Damn.
And then my mom's like an atheist. What?
You were born in Iran?
No, he was. I'm first generation here. He came here, married my mom, made me, but like, yeah, well, he's first gen here. But he's definitely, no, thank God I wasn't. I think that would be awful. No, I mean, it looks like a beautiful country, but it's just such a fucking mess. But yeah, no, he was the first one.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty raw off the Iranian chopping block here versus like my European family whose settlers fucked every settler for the last like 3,000 years when they left Europe. Like, no, daddy's fresh off the boat, so.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But yep, it's some shit out here. Too much shit out here.
There's a lot of shit, and honestly, it's just like sifting through it and minding what you focus on, because like it's like if I focused on all the shit, I wouldn't be a good person anymore.
Yeah. And then, again, back to your beliefs. You have to connect on that. But some people let religion stop them from dating. Nothing wrong with this woman, nothing wrong with this guy, but like if he was a Catholic, or if he was a Muslim, or she was a Muslim, or she was a Baptist, I think stop that. You guys were having a good time. You were connecting.
Yeah, you have a genuine connection.
And now you got these excuses.
Right. Don't let, like, nothing should ever stand in the way of true love and connection, regardless. Like, fuck that Romeo and Juliet star-crossed lover bullshit.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, man. Like, she's a mailman. She delivers mail, or he works at the post. Like, leave that up. So what? But if you're together, you have a good time. He can handle his finances. You can handle your finances. You get together. You figure out how you put your finances together. Like, some people got so many excuses. He needs to make this amount of money. She needs to make this amount of money. In the religion, I just seen so many excuses excuses, man. I'm
I
like,
mean,
wow.
I've been privy to one or a few, like, I've lost definitely someone I loved in my life because I wasn't as privileged as the family they would like to be with. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this
Wow.
family has money and will update my status. I love you,
Mhm.
but that's not enough. So it's just so many fucked up things that people do for their own, like, well, that's ego and greed, but then the
Yeah.
religious is just like familial, like, patterning and like this disassociation from. Well, it's like the I'm not saying Catholic in general because it could be any religion, but we always say the Catholic guilt because religion is very guilty. Like, they're always guilting their people. So I feel like when it comes to like, oh, but she's not that. It's like people who practice religion that hardcore, like, I have to suffer because my religion literally taught me that suffering is how we live, and it's like, nah.
Kind of, for some religions, but I mentioned touch on something you said a while ago about your type. Yeah, people think they know your type sometimes. I'm like, my type is faithful. Can you be faithful? Let's start there. You know,
Get me a loyal bitch.
that's my type.
Get me a loyal one. Yeah.
Yeah, give me someone who's loyal, man. You like long hair, short hair, black, white, whatever. Faithful.
Loyal.
Faithful. Look, someone who's going to be loyal because that is hard to find nowadays.
Fidelity.
Yeah, like some people call themselves, well, I'm getting bored or growing apart, and I mean some people do, but I just don't believe that. Then when you see yourself growing apart, grow back together. You grew from the ground together to that part, to that point, and then you started growing apart. Well, plant another seed or figure out how to come together again. You know,
Right,
again,
exactly.
that's just my opinion. I know some people know, Khary, we really started to grow apart. I get that, but for me, I don't ever want to be with someone who, you know, we're going to grow apart. Like, you know, again, while you're courting, we could talk about shit like that. Or you just type to get bored. What's the longest time you've been in a relationship? Like you said, open your mouth, talk, ask those questions.
Be honest. Ask the important questions. You have to. You have to get down to the nitty gritty of it. Like, because everybody, you know, everyone's values are different, but you know your values. I know my values, and like, if we're not speaking those, then we're never gonna get what we want. Period. Like,
exactly.
Putting that out there and authenticity, and not being like, okay, if you don't like that, well, great, you're not the one. Thanks for saving me a fuck ton of time.
And also pay attention to the person that you're interested in. I mean, see how if they have kids, see how they treat their kids, their family,
their friends. Yeah.
They treat their family and friends like shit. Well, guess what? You're the boyfriend. Guess how she's going to treat you?
Yeah, they're going to be treated like absolute garbage. Yeah, I think that's so important. That is such a good one.
Kids like shit. Oh my God.
Important. Like, literally, see what their friends have to say about them. See how they value their relationship with their family. Like, that is. See how they treat their fucking fellow animal. If that hoe ain't rescuing every fucking puppy and kitten, don't send him my way.
Yes. And don't ignore the red flag. I talk about these red flags too when people, when people come up to you and say something, I always say if there's more than two people talking shit about the person that you're interested in, that's a problem. You shouldn't go no further. Like, two people,
red flag.
It's whatever, but more than two people, like mutual friends, their neighbors, and you got all that shit, you should turn around and run the other way. Like, hey, this is
like literally run for the hills, like so fast.
Because that does happen. You know, someone.
Oh, yes, it does. I've been so privy to that.
Yes, all of that shit. Oh man, that's not good. If they're, especially.
I have spent years of my life entangled in a situation, not now, but like in the past, where like every single person in their life was like, "Yo, hot fucking mess express."
Wow. Yes.
Lord save this man. You might be the Messiah. Like, what? I ain't no Messiah. Get me the fuck out of here right now.
Yeah.
Get me out of here now. Where's the first Uber? Like, I ain't playing with this shit. This is too many. And these are like your best friends, your brothers, your family. Yes. I'm out. I'm out of here.
They're telling you to run the other way, or they're telling you, hey, they're going to find this wrong with you. It's not going to work because you're different from what they're usually dealing with. You're different. But again, families, neighbors, co-workers, friends, once you get it, because you're courting, so you're getting in deeper, you're meeting family, co-workers, neighbors, and friends and all. When they're pulling you to the side, like, you know what? You're a nice person. My friend, this is not going to work. They're going to find this or whatever wrong with you. And sometimes whatever they say that they're going to find wrong with you, they're right. Like, how the hell did they know this? But it's right. So when all those, like I said, more than two people, listen, I don't care if it's that third person, listen to them.
Literally listen to your audience because like they're
people.
telling you.
Yeah.
That is so telling. I know, I want to meet everyone's friends like right off rip. I want to meet your friends before I even have like a second conversation.
Yeah.
Seriously. Can I hang out with your friends before I even hang out with you? Like,
yeah. Because I know if you're really nice, the family and friends can sense that and like, yo, this girl or this guy is really genuine. Let me talk to you.
Right.
You're too good for them, or they'll tell
I
you.
have had so many times in my life where that has legitimately happened. Like because for whatever reason, I always meet people's friends. Like pretty much, maybe it's probably the life I live, the circles I hang out with, the fact that I'm always around people who are like out seeing music or whatever. You know what I mean? Like usually around people who have a lot of people around them when I meet them. So it's like, but that happens to me all the fucking time. Like, yo, we love her. Like she's fucking, we adopt her, and then like Layla, don't be fucking up. I've
been there. No. I've been there.
Respect them. Respect the people who like you more than their friends.
Yeah. I've been there. I've been there. During the relationship and after, I'm glad y'all broke up. I'm glad. I'm like, wow. You'll find someone else and you were too nice. So I've been there. I have been there. But
I respect those motherfuckers, though. I respect those motherfuckers.
Again.
Yeah, respect though to those who acknowledge, those who are real, call out the real and see it like it is, but should probably get better friends themselves, because if they're telling you that, they should probably make you your friend and not that guy who they don't really like that much, because obviously they're trash.
Yeah, I'm like, these people live next door to this person. So it's like, wow, the neighbors, co-workers, friends that you met through them, and then you got mutual friends sometimes, and when all these people are telling you things, that's not cool.
Yeah, you gotta listen.
Before, during, and after, because sometimes before you get into that relationship, they'll warn you, oh, you're courting this person or you're dating her. Nah, don't go all the way. Because,
don't go down that rabbit hole, run!
Yeah, red flags, man. Listen to them. I've learned that, like, listen to them red flags, man. I mean,
you can't ignore them. They'll tell you everything right away. Like, it's just, you gotta pay attention.
Like you said before, sometimes you get caught up. You get caught up in that moment, and you see them red flags, but you ignore them because you're caught up. You're on that high. You're high. You're on this high because they're putting on this bullshit show. They're acting and kind of like hypnotizing you. You know what I mean? You're just following. You're on this drug.
Get into my light orb.
They're giving you what you want or whatever. So.
Yeah, you have to be so careful because, like you said, like they're giving you what you want. That's why we have to be so careful also about balancing and aligning ourselves within, so that we're not just seeking something and like, oh yeah, I want this so bad because it's something I feel like I'm missing. So I'm trying to really just, you have to be careful of how bad you want something, because like you will.
Yeah.
You will, and what the intentions are behind what you want. Like, if I say I would like a partner at some point in my life, what are my intentions behind that? Well, they're exactly what I stated. If it's to, like, fill some void or fill in something missing in my life, then I'm on the wrong trip wholeheartedly.
Yep. And don't let your loneliness fool you. I try to tell people, like, if like me, again, I'm not a relationship jumper. I'm not in a relationship. Or this one ended, I'm in another one. Mine are far in between. So there's times but I don't settle down because I get lonely. But some people do. They're like, I'm yearning for, whatever it is you're yearning for. I need a body next to me. And so don't just fall for anything because you're getting lonely. While you're single, my thing is do what single people do. Just be upfront, honest.
Yeah, all single people do. We all do it.
Yeah, but if you're one who like, I'm not doing nothing, I'm saving it for my relationship, I respect that too. But
respect.
When you start itching and you need to be scratched, don't just jump on anything. Like, I'm going to full-blown relationship. Like, nah, slow it down.
That. Literally, slow it down. I don't understand. Like, stop relationship hopping. Go read a book or something. I don't read a book.
Some people do that. They relationship hop. Like,
I know it. Like, right one to another, and I'm like, okay, like, nope, not gonna do that. Go read a book. Go talk to a kitten. Go adopt a puppy for all I give a shit. Just stop doing that.
My thing is, like, while you're single, again, do what single people do, or indulge in something positive, like dive into your children, to your family, or
Right. Your
work.
craft. Go learn
Things
something.
just
Go, yeah. Learn something,
because
read a book, spend time with your mom, call your
yeah,
sister, hug your dad, pet your
yeah,
dog, volunteer at an animal shelter, go to the fucking gym, get 3 personal
yeah.
trainers. That's what I did right now. I'm like, I have 3 personal trainers. I don't need no man.
Just do something to just occupy yourself and keep yourself happy, because sometimes lonely people, they get real lonely and then they just they'll end up with a bum. And I've seen this
Yeah,
happen
not good.
before. Like they'll end up with a bum because they're so lonely, and this fool comes along and people know that she or he is not about shit, but they've been alone for so long and they just touch them like, oh, I'm in love. Let's do this. What?
You feed my loneliness, like you've made
Yeah.
my lonely heart not so lonely. No,
Yeah.
fuck
Oh my
that.
God. It's
Wrong.
ridiculous. It's like, slow down, open your eyes, still pay attention to what's going on, because you've been so lonely, you're hungry, you're very thirsty.
Yeah,
So
like
be careful
literally.
the glass that you drink out of.
Literally, go out with your friends. Go find someone to play with for a
Yeah.
night or something. Like, there's so
Yeah.
many ways to. I mean, I understand it. I don't really get that lonely because I'm a lot of company. But like, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been at times. But there is ways to combat it besides
Yeah.
get into a shenanigans with someone that like, what the fuck. 6 months later, you're like, excuse me, sir, how did you get here?
Entertain yourself. Go places by yourself. Some people think that I'm crazy because I could go to the beach by myself. I could drive back home to New York by myself, visit family down south by myself. Why do you travel alone? Because I can enjoy my own company. Because if you can't enjoy your own company, how are you going to enjoy yourself?
Yeah, exactly. And honestly,
Again, be happy by yourself first. I am not crazy, but I can do something alone, because when
I
you're with
prefer it.
when you're with your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, there are going to be times where, they may have to go off on a business meeting or something like that. And my job, sometimes I have to travel sometimes. So I'm going to be gone to wherever in Nevada for 3 days because I got to meet with some people for work. And so you're going to be alone. Do something to keep yourself occupied. Don't go out fucking up. Don't go out on dates with other dudes, nothing like that. But be happy while I'm gone. And we keep in touch on the phone or whatever. But some people don't know how to handle that. And that's when they start messing up, or I can't be alone. I don't know what to do. And then someone comes along because
Like, I could never be with a person like that. I gotta be in the relationship where I'm like, love you, fuck you, going to have a girls' weekend, see you next week, bye.
Yeah.
Hopping on a plane to Italy, you coming, be back next week. Ciao. Arrivederci.
If you're with someone who doesn't know how to be alone, that's a problem. But
Yeah,
I don't want to go. I mean, that's sweet. No, I'm glad that you don't want me to go, but I have to go, and I'm never going to be like, damn, girl, don't go. Like, you can't give it to my life.
You gotta let people fly. Let people soar. Let people soar. Let people live their life. I mean, and it's also, like, it's valid, too, to be like, oh, I'll miss you when you're gone, but, like, also let people go. You gotta let people go. And it's one of the most unattractive, I think the most unattractive quality is someone who can't, like, be with themselves. It's just red flag like number 1.
They end up stepping outside of their relationship or marriage.
Right.
People who can't be alone. Some people can. Some people just need that vibe.
Right.
So
and they're never going to be satisfied. Yeah.
Never satisfied. While she's away, I'm going to the club out with the boys. I'm going to find me someone. Your wife was only gone for 3 days. You can't handle 3 days. You can text. We got video chat.
I mean, yeah, it's really needy. It's just gross energy. It's like, that person shouldn't be in a relationship because the codependency is just out of control. Like,
some people go years away, 10 to 20 years away because he or she went away for a day, 2 days, 3 days and can't handle it and will go find something. And, again, I always say when you do that, you're putting your partner's health and life in danger. You can go farther. You can get pregnant by somebody else, or a guy. You can get somebody else pregnant, or you can bring them back a disease.
Yeah, it's just fucking reckless behavior.
2 days or 3 or even a week, So some people, they just can't. I don't want to be with someone who can't be alone like that. Please don't go. This is my job. I have to go travel. Okay, can someone else go? Like, that's a problem.
That's like that person who's saying that needs a lot of fucking therapy and has a lot of fucking internal issues and has no business being in a relationship. Period.
Yeah.
Like, that person, go call, like, instead of calling your boyfriend, that person needs to call the psychiatrist, schedule some therapy, and work on their shit before they engage with more people. And, you know, because it's just not, you can't be with someone if you can't be with yourself, period.
Yeah. Learn to enjoy your own company, especially people with kids, man. I know of some people that have kids. Okay, daddy's gone or the boyfriend's gone. Like, do something with your kid. Take your son out. Take your daughter out. Take these kids
You're
out.
not even alone. Like, go play with your children. Go be a mother.
Like, you're not alone. You have your kids. Or if you don't have any kids, you have cousins, you have friends. And if all else fails, I mean, you always have God.
I spend so much time with my friends. Like, I mean, I go up to see my friends on the weekend sometimes. I mean, sometimes I don't see people for months, but I got hella friends I can call. Like,
me too, man. I can't ever say that I'm bored because I have a lot to do. I have friends to call, family to call. I have a son, even though he doesn't want to hang out with me that much. He thinks, I guess he thinks I'm an old man. You know, I'm in my 50s, so that's old to him. He's 25. I'm like, dude, your dad don't.
He's at that dumb age. He's at the.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I look good for my age, man. Like, people think we're brothers.
He'll figure it out when he gets a little later in his 20s. He's just in that early 20s bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
We all were there. We were all 25 once.
Yep. I'm like, that is not old. I'm young, you know. I may ache every now and then, but hey, I still move and groove, whatever, man.
Hey, I ache at 30 sometimes, so. Huh? I said I ache at 30 sometimes, so that's just
I didn't start aching until like I think around 45.
Oh, I've been aching since I was like 16. So I mean, like,
damn. I was literally in the gym about maybe 2 months ago. I'm doing upper body work. I'm curling, and I remember putting the bar down, and I had this pain in my leg. And the guy beside me was laughing like, "Okay, I see you working out in your arms. Why are you grabbing your leg?" I said, "Man, I don't know." Like, he said, "Old age, you know, it just sucks getting old." I'm like, "You're right," because I'm up here, and
but you could have like hit some nerve and channeled your energy down to the leg somehow. Maybe. Me, I'm always gonna be like, but the energy's all intertwined, and I'm only in pain when my external life sucks, and like if I'm stressed, my back's gonna throw out. So like.
Damn,
but also emotional intelligence.
Yeah, it just sucks. It's just old thing. So it's not getting old. I guess getting older, or whatever it is. My numbers back up, and I don't like the shit.
Yeah, you ain't old. That's for damn sure.
Right. Nah, but getting older, them numbers are ticking up, and I blame my son because me and friends of mine, we have this conversation. It seems like once we had our kids, time just started flying. I'm like, right, like 25 years went by like that. Because I don't look at my son as a baby. I know he's a man, young man, but I can remember. It seemed to me it was like yesterday when I was holding him in my arms. He was a baby. My screensaver is me and him. I'm holding him. He's like a few months old. That's my screensaver still.
I'm so cute.
So I love that dude, man. But yeah, life goes by fast for me. Like after I had him, like life was it just flew by, man.
They grow up. Life really does fly, though. Honestly, it's just a wild. That's why we gotta enjoy it. Have healthy relationships, love one another, right, and have the best time we fucking can.
The Layla Show.